Good, happy Thursday evening, December 17, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday evening, so let's begin. First up, we begin with COVID-19 updates. New Hampshire COVID information, new updates and data. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 33,433 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 16,873,988 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 625 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 870 number of people have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire, and 306,243 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. Now let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. In Manchester, 784. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 5378. And now let's take a look at these three charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day. New Hampshire in the purple. Daily new positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, new hospitalization. In red, deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple. Total current COVID-19 cases. In orange, current hospitalization. Let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple. Total positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, total hospitalization. Red, deaths. And blue, recovered. And now let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate. Positive PCR and antigen test rate. And daily PCR test. And let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases. And female and male of cases. And let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder of common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network on the latest of your COVID-19 information. Health workers vaccinated as COVID-19 cases continue to rise. Granite staters urge to caution and take precautions. As more New Hampshire healthcare workers get vaccinated for COVID-19, the number of cases in the state continue to rise. State health officials said Thursday that 872 new cases of COVID-19 were reported. The state has been working through a backlog of cases, and it's not yet clear when each of the new cases was confirmed. Officials said 284 people are currently hospitalized in the state for COVID-19, too shy of the record number of hospitalizations set Wednesday. 4 more deaths announced, 3 of which were associated with long-term care facilities, officials said. There have been 629 deaths associated with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. Dr. Beth Daly, chief of the Bureau of Infectious Disease Control, said the state has been averaging about 800 to 900 new cases each day, with a test positivity rate of about 9%. Daly said more than 3,100 doses of the Pfizer vaccine has been distributed in the state, and 901 frontline healthcare workers have been vaccinated over the past 2 days. Each person needs 2 doses of the vaccine in order to be protected. Governor Chris Sununu said the state will be receiving fewer vaccines in the next shipment than anticipated. The state has been slated to get 12,000 to 13,000 doses, but will now get little less than 9,000, the governor said. Sununu noted that Moderna vaccine should be arriving in the state starting next week. The vaccine is partially produced in New Hampshire. Health officials urge Granite Staters to continue taking precautions to prevent the spread of COVID-19, including wearing masks, maintaining distancing, and avoiding gatherings. They said it will be months before the general public can get vaccinated, and maintaining vigilance is the only way to avoid the preventable deaths. Our most vulnerable population, the first 100,000 of the Phase 1, should have at least their first shot within the first couple of weeks here, Sununu said, and their second shot by the end of January. That would account for all of long-term care. Sununu noted that Thursday's snowstorm did not disrupt shipments of the vaccine to New Hampshire hospitals. He said the health department alternated delivery schedules to ensure that the vaccine were where they were expected to be before the storm began. Granite Staters begin cleanup after potentially historic snowstorm. Up to 3 feet of snow falls in some places. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
Well, winter's here. So what? Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Yeah, Charisse, it was about 6:30 this morning. We got a little bit of a lull, but let me tell you, the snow once again picking up in intensity. Throughout the morning, we've been talking about the wind. You can see the flags moving behind me. As you take a live look here at the Everett Turnpike, you can see that the roads do remain snow-covered. The visibility has improved from this morning, but that's not saying much. It was a rough morning commute for commuters. Many reports of whiteout conditions. In some cases, it was tough to tell if you were still on the road. Now, the snow coming down at times in various sections of the state at more than 2 inches an hour. Now, fortunately, many people decided to heed the advice of the DOT and police and stay at home, giving a chance for the plows to clear the roads. And as the morning went on, Granite Staters also began their cleanup, some people having to deal with more than 2 feet of snow, approaching 3 feet in some sections. And even though the cleanup was continuing nonstop throughout the morning, conditions far from ideal. You can expect a similar situation this afternoon.
I think people can expect slow travel. I think people can expect that, we're going to continue to be in a downposted status through much of the day. There's a lot of cleanup to do.
These pictures from state police give you an idea of the difficult driving conditions. A tractor trailer hit the rear of a plow on Route 2 in Gorham, sending that plow off the road. There were numerous spinouts reported, and in one case, the on-ramp to I-89 in Bow was shut down as a car hit a utility pole, shutting down that on-ramp for an hour. You're taking a live look once again at the Everett Turnpike here. You can see the roads remain snow-covered. We have seen a lot of plows out, and fortunately, a lot of people do seem to be heeding the advice and staying home and just letting the snow fall. Reporting live in Bedford, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. State police say road conditions still rough. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
You should never judge a book by its cover or a gift by its gift box, because sometimes you'll pick up a gift that feels like a...
We're joined live now on the phone by Major John Marasco with New Hampshire State Police. So good afternoon, Major. Oh, good afternoon, Charisse and Sean. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. So we just saw some photos from state police. Can you give us an update on what you're hearing about the conditions out there right now?
Absolutely. So I'm here at the Hooksett Toll Plaza, and I can tell you that the snow is still coming down sideways at a rapid rate, and the traffic seems to have slowed down a little bit as far as volume. I can tell you that this morning between 7 and 9, snow crews had a real challenge ahead of them because the snow was accumulating so quickly that we had a lot of vehicles that were stuck on and off ramps. For instance, exit 13 in Concord, at one point, we had 20 or more vehicles that were stuck at one of the ramps there, and we had to work to get those people back on their way. But as far as it goes right now, I think we're going to be in better shape as the afternoon goes on. Since 10 o'clock last night, we did cover 195 crashes or respond to disabled vehicles. And I spoke with State Police Dispatcher Tim Plow a short time ago, and he advised me that currently throughout the state we have well over 50 pending calls for service. So it's still very busy out there. The troopers are doing a phenomenal job, the officers around the state. We couldn't do it without Department of Transportation and the plow operators and all the wrecker operators that are responding to pull people out. So it's a great team effort.
And you mentioned 195 calls and some pending as well. We saw that plow truck that had flipped over. Have you heard of any major injuries as a result of some of these crashes and spin-outs in the last several hours?
I don't have the specific information on that just yet, Sean, but based on the fact that most people are heeding the advice to slow down, most of the crashes that we're dealing with are low-speed crashes, low impact, and so injuries are, I believe, very, very few. Based on the fact that a lot of the calls are pullouts, cars that were just going a little too fast for the conditions. And unfortunately, even when the plows have cleared the snow off the roadway, there's still quite a layer of ice underneath, and people don't expect that. So as Ray said during his brief, which I agree with all of that, if you don't have to travel today, ideally remaining at home or off the roads, that would be the best way to go. But if you do have to go out, just slow it down, give yourself more time. And, you should, as the afternoon goes on, you should be fine.
All right, Major Marasco from New Hampshire State Police. They are very busy. Thank you very much.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. DOT plow vehicle rolls over on I-89 in Grantham. Take a look at this photo right here. As you can see, a DOT plow vehicle roll over. The Department of Transportation plow vehicle rolled over Thursday morning on I-89 in Grantham. State police said there were no injuries when the vehicle rolled over off the northbound lanes about 9 a.m. Police said that the section of I-89 was treacherous as snow fell at a heavy rate. The two lanes were closed as crews worked to remove the truck. And we can tell you that a snow emergency has been declared for Thursday evening in the city of Manchester. Take a look. Again, there is a snow emergency this evening in the city of Manchester. Here's the information you need to know. And if you want to see that information again, we will share it with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. Also, the city of Concord issues another city-wide overnight parking ban. More than 18 inches of snow fell on Concord and has promoted city officials to ban parking from Thursday night to Friday morning. The city of Concord has issued another citywide parking ban for overnight tonight after more than 18 inches of snow fell on New Hampshire's capital city. The street parking ban will run from 11 11:59 p.m. on Thursday to 7 a.m. on Friday. And here is more information on that. As you can see. Again, city parking ban from 11:59 p.m. tonight until 7 a.m. Friday. The new inclement weather policy for workers at the National Visa Center. Let's take a listen to that video and report. New inclement weather policy for workers at National Visa Center. There is a new inclement weather policy for workers at the National Visa Center, and this new inclement weather policy is not making workers happy. Rick Mills, the operations manager for LDRM DTSV contractor over at the National Visa Center, sent an email out to staff saying it is that time of year and we are expecting our first big snowfall. Along with that comes the possibility of the office being closed due to inclement weather. LDRM's policy, in line with the DOS policy, is if you can telework, you are expected to work. If you are unable to telework, then you can use accrued vacation time or leave without pay will be granted. Where the possible and if work is available, we will allow additional work hours on Friday and Saturday to make up for the lost hours contingent upon the government reopening the office. Employees who lose power on Thursday would also be permitted to telework extra hours on Friday and Saturday to make up hours lost due to the storm's impact. Thanks, Rick Mills. That was the email he sent out yesterday. And the National Visa Center had a snow day closed today. After that email got sent out, the union Local 228 president posted on UE Local 228 Facebook group saying to the group members that they received word that LDRM will not pay for inclement weather closures and people will have to use leave without pay or vacation if you choose. Breaking a long-standing precedent, all because LDRM failed to negotiate building closures into their contract with DOS. So, the union president for Local 228 created a petition and is asking all workers at the NVC that are part of the union group to sign the petition, and then once everyone signs the petition, they will hand the petition to LDRM, DOS, and our senators and congressional representatives concerning building closures. Here is what the petition says. We, the undersigned employees at the National Visa Center, feel that LDRM should honor the precedent of paid closure days. If employees cannot enter the facility to work because of a building closure, the employees should not be forced to take it without pay or have to use their vacation time. This not only affects the employees' wages, but their health insurance premiums as well, since they will not be paid for their health and welfare either. It is an economic hardship for employees to go without pay building closure, and we will not stand for it. And here is a look at that petition. Take a look. This is a look at the petition, if you can see. And that does it for this news report right here on the Riley King Network. I'm Riley King reporting for the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Goodbye, everyone. Okay, and thank you for joining us for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great evening, everyone. Be safe out there on those roadways. Some still slippery spots on some of the side roads, and just take it easy on those roadways this evening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. Good night and goodbye, everyone.